What if you could make every single major decision in your life with absolute clarity? Today, we're diving into philosopher and investor Naval Ravikant's really powerful framework for doing just that.
You know that feeling, right? When you're just stuck at a crossroads and every option seems equally promising, or maybe equally terrifying? It's that feeling of paralysis, where the fear of making the wrong choice keeps you from making any choice at all. It's something we all struggle with.
Well, what if you had a system to cut through all that noise? That's exactly what we're exploring here. A simple, actionable framework from Naval Ravikant that can help turn all that confusion into real, confident decisions. Okay, so it all starts with this one foundational idea. Before we even get into the tactics, you've got to understand the one principle that really governs all of your outcomes. This is it. This is the core idea that changes everything. Just let that sink in for a second. You will end up wherever is acceptable to you. Basically, the results you get in life are a direct reflection of what you're willing to accept. Your entire reality is shaped by your personal standards. So the key, really, is to figure out the one or two things that are truly important to you. Your health, your key relationships, your work. And on those things, you absolutely refuse to compromise. You don't just avoid settling for good enough, you actually demand excellence. This right here is the foundation for every choice you're going to make. All right, so once you've set those high standards, Naval gives us a practical toolkit. It's basically 3 specific rules or heuristics to use when you're right in the middle of a tough choice. So, rule number 1. This one is a super powerful filter for just cutting out all the noise and helping you avoid those half-hearted commitments. This should be your new default setting. Seriously, if a choice isn't a clear, enthusiastic yes, then it has to be a firm no. It's that simple. And this little rule frees up so much of your energy and your attention, and it allows you to wait for the opportunities that really, truly light you up. Okay, on to the second rule. Now, this one is a little bit counterintuitive, but stick with me here. When you're faced with 2 seemingly equal options, the rule is to choose the one that's more painful in the short term. Now, why on earth would you do that? Well, because short-term pain is almost always the price you pay for long-term gain. Think about it. Exercising is harder than sitting on the couch, right? Saving money is harder than spending it. This rule just biases you towards growth and the kind of rewards that compound over time. And finally, we have the third rule. This is the one that really ties everything together, and it's all built around one single powerful concept. And that concept is equanimity. It's just a state of mental calm and composure, especially when things get tough. It's about your internal peace, totally independent of whatever chaos is happening on the outside. So this becomes your ultimate filter. When you're facing a big decision, the question isn't what's going to make me richer or what will impress other people. The real question is, which of these paths is going to lead to more long-term peace? This completely reorients your decision-making compass toward a lasting internal sense of harmony. So we have this foundation and we have these rules. How do we actually apply them? Well, Naval argues that you should focus all of this decision-making energy on the 3 choices that are going to shape your entire life. And here they are, the big 3: who you're with, what you're doing, and where you live. According to Naval, if you get these 3 things right, you've won most of the battle. So let's break them down one by one. First up, who you choose as your partner. This is maybe the single biggest decision that will impact your long-term peace of mind. So many of us just kind of fall into relationships unconsciously. Things are just, okay, time passes, and you end up together. Naval pushes for a much more deliberate path. You refuse to settle for second best. You give the relationship a real, honest shot within a set time frame. But if it's not a clear yes, you have to move on. It's all about making a conscious, intentional choice, not just drifting into one. Next up is the big puzzle of what you actually do for a living. And this isn't just about finding a job. It's about figuring out the unique value that only you can bring to the world. And for this, Naval gives us a 4-step process. First, just explore. Try a whole bunch of different things you're curious about. Then, you've got to find that thing that feels like play to you but looks like hard work to everyone else. That's your superpower. Then, you build leverage around that skill. Find a way to apply it in the real world, and then you go all in. And finally, the third big decision. And this is one that people often make unconsciously or just treat like an afterthought. Your location isn't just a backdrop to your life, it's an active player. It literally constrains and defines your opportunities, everything from who you meet to the jobs available to your whole mindset. Choosing where you live isn't just a logistical detail, it's a huge, strategic life decision. So, we've looked at the foundation of setting high standards, the 3 rules for clarity, and where to apply them. But what's the point of all this? What's the ultimate goal? The entire system, not settling for less, choosing the harder path, being super deliberate about your partner, your work, and your location, it's all designed to get you to one place, equanimity. Because the ultimate prize in life isn't wealth or status. It's a calm, clear, and peaceful mind. And that really leaves us with a final question for you to think about. Looking at your own life through this lens, what is one decision, big or small, that you can make differently starting today with the simple goal of achieving more long-term peace?